people that in the house are doing. So this is just a few tips for tidy towns starting up this year, or any towns that are starting up, or any towns that have started up and only a few years at it. Just a few tips. So first of all, we say to any town or any village that hasn't hasn't got the tidy towns, please start it up again. Please do start it up again. It's great. It's a great community initiative. It's great to get everybody involved, and it's great above all is to be out in the fresh air and doing bits and bobs and improving your town and getting to know people and having a laugh. It's a great thing, and I'm going to choke because I have pets in there, and some of the pets and stuff under me air food it out. But yeah, it's a great community initiative. So first of all, my first point, promote yourself. I just started off a WhatsApp group, Facebook group, Instagram groups, things like that. Excuse me. Start them up. And obviously, grow your tidy towns. Sorry about this. Grow your tidy towns organisation. Obviously, promote it to on the internet. Obviously, Instagram. And that's what I'm talking about. Then go and ask maybe local shops, local businesses with the mind supporting. For a few flowers, put a few bob towards a few flowers or anything like that. Get shops involved. Get businesses involved in the community. Get word spreading, because them people behind the shops, local shops, would say, some people when they come in, it's that there's a tidy towns group starting up, and people might be interested. So it's a great initiative. That's a great way to start it too. And then obviously local ads in the local paper. But the biggest thing about this, get all the community organisations, Voga Club, men's sheds, sheds, get sheds involved. Get the sheds out, cleaning the roads. You're lacking manpower there, lad. But yeah, just get tell all the GA clubs, Voga clubs, get everybody involved. Second point, that is, don't overextend yourself. And what I mean by overextend yourself, don't take on to do millions upon millions of things. Start small, then work your way up. That's the one thing. That's what really, as the little one for Buttersbush Tidy Towns, we kind of, and I will admit it because there's only one, I'm the only one in the waste section of the Buttersbush Tidy Towns. In charge of litter and waste, really good up, and in charge of dead animals, in charge of lifting dead animals and all the rest of that. Dog feces, things like that. I'm in charge of all that. And that's a lot of things to take on at once. And over 6 years, like I'm doing this 6 years now. Obviously, I'm more experienced. But when I started off, it was stressful because I didn't start off small. I said one and do everything at once. You can't do everything at once. Take it small. Take it simple. Focus on little. Legal Dublin. Say you focus on Legal Dublin. Let's take for example Legal Dublin. You focus on that first. You spend a few months on that. You're like, that's fine. Everything's fine now. Focus on little then. Focus maybe on weeds for a week. Just keep switching it up. But don't plow in doing 100 things at once. And don't overextend yourself, because you're just going to exhaust yourself, and you're only going to extend your resources and obviously stress yourself out, in other words. So that's just suffice. But again, we the Buttersbush Tidy Towns do so much. Not to toot my own horn, but we do so much. Like, we do a lot more than we should be doing, beyond, and we kind of go all out to help as many woes and everything like that as we can, because we want to help as much as we can to other people, which is always great. And I'm not saying the Tidy Towns groups don't do that, but if you can, then fair play to you. But if you can't, don't push yourself to do it. That's what I mean. Do what you're fit to do. Don't push yourself to do things. But total of all, Tidy Towns competition, unfortunately, is not on this year, so that's very upsetting. But I always say add to the competition. Always add to it, because the judges. I know a judge that has been a judge in the Tidy Towns has retired now. Was judge for 30 years in the Tidy Towns. I know her. I know this judge. She retired. It was 3 years ago, 3 years or 4 years ago. And she went around all around the country, marketplaces, marketing them. And she always gives them tips on what to improve, what they could do better. And put to them little hits, to say what you can do better. Even if you started up for the first year and you had 6 months, say you had 6 months to get everything ready. Them pointers them inspectors do give. Very useful, very, very useful. Because it shows you where you have to focus. Say, for example, there's a dog feces problem. As many times now do face it. focus on that. Just be like, right, let's look at this now. Do we have enough? Do we have doggy bags? Can we get doggy bags put up? And people can take bags and obviously get more bins to put dog waste into it. You look at them things and you focus on that, because if they say it in the report, obviously be like, yes, that's where we need to focus next. That's what we need to take on next. Because you kind of walk in the dark without them pointing you at you. So and that brings me on to my fourth point. Always listen to the Tidy Towns, the head Tidy Towns organisation. Always listen to what they say about pollination and everything like that. And always listen to the Tidy Towns inspectors, because they're always very logical. Like there's the Tidy Towns report there for last year. It might not be any use for, because really everything's just, everything's very, like, there's no bad things ending. There's just, pure praise for the Buttersbridge Tidy Towns. But anyway, especially for its young members, pure praise for it. That one in particular. But look at, what was I saying? Go on this what and I forget what I'm saying. But yeah, always listen to them instructions. And even if you don't do much, like for the first year, always have to just to get hits. Because it's always worth a shot. Like, you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. You always have something to gain, and that's what you have. You always have something to gain. You have nothing to lose. But yeah, just go with it, and see what happens. Because you never know until you try, and that's the thing. Tidy Towns organisations. I've seen Tidy Towns organisations around the country. I watched Tidy Towns organisations around Cavan. Try to start up, and then obviously not failing, but not getting, like, say, I remember one, this is back 2 years ago. It was a Tidy Towns organisation down the Kingscote, down that way. It wasn't Kingscote, it was small. Could have been. It's gone on my head. It's actually gone. I think it was on the Mead side of Cal. It was actually on Mead. It was in Mead. Yeah, it's in Mead. It was outside Kingscote, but in Mead. Yeah, that's what I'm mixing myself up there. But it didn't have the manpower, didn't have the facilities obviously to deal with it. And obviously they wanted to start it up, but they said they couldn't do it. So the out of Tidy Towns, without even having a really Tidy Towns organisation formed, if that makes any sense. They did have it kind of formed, but at the same time they weren't doing much, because it was a very, very small town. It was actually village, sorry, not town. But they still got hits. They got hits, and obviously they didn't go into the next year. But 2 years later, they got the whole community involved. They got the Foga clubs, they got the GA clubs, and they got everybody involved, the whole local community and everybody. And I think that town got nearly 300 points. And the Tidy Towns points I've nearly forgotten now. What's it? 470 points for the Tidy Towns. In total, that's on Glasnevin, Glasnevin, Grasslock, God, and County Monaghan, the winners of the Tidy Towns last year. They got something like I think it was 470. Could have been 470. Could be 469. I can't remember the Glasslock's Tidy Towns results. But yeah, there's great tips for Tidy Towns organisations. Trying to think, because I always do forget something. So yeah, 5th point. Always try and encourage young people to get involved. As I say in Buttersbridge, to the young people especially. We have to live. We hopefully, please God, they don't emigrate or anything like that. But they have to live in the town, so you might improve it for your future, and that's the way I look at it. And that's the way I look at it. I hope to be here. I hope to be. I probably end up falling over a ditch, but anyway, look at yeah, but if I fall over a ditch, look at. You might find a bit of trophy. You might find a bit of dosh. You might find the cabin man stash of money there. At least that'd be a good look at. Oh well, sorry. But yeah, I always try and get young people involved. That's my last point. But yeah, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Did I miss anything? Because I probably did. Then probably just soon as end of this video, be like, oh damn, I forgot this. But yeah, do take care, everybody, and let me know what you think. And please do, if you don't have a Tidy Towns organisation in your town started up, and give it a try, give it a shot. Obviously this year it's not on, so but still you can get the stepping stones in place for next year. But anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, and take care, everybody, and bye.